today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And leading him out is their fifth-year quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
In motion left goes Jennings. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out. Would not allow him to cut upfield. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Purdy. That's over the middle and caught by Pearsall. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Shotgun now with Purdy. Oh, now a strip. He loses the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
All right, partner, this is where I get to show my age. Because I remember when the strip sack kind of came into vogue, where defenders were taught not just to make the tackle, but do that little extra, try and jostle the arm of the runner and knock it free. And that's what we just saw there.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
2nd and 5. Again, a run with Connor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Now a first carry here for their running back. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held them to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I'd go right at them with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them, because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
Rolling to his left. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the Cardinals will go up 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Purdy going to give it to Guerrero. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Cards, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Breaks a tackle. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Cardinal offense coming back out. Let's give you a look at the playoff race now. This is into the weekend in the NFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him. yards. There's still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down at about the length of the football. Well, partner, this offense 12-0 now on the year following their latest victory. And during the week, a lot of folks making comparisons between this squad and the 1985 Bears. You know, they too were 12-0 at this juncture of the season before losing on a Monday night 38-24 to the Dolphins at the Orange Bowl way back on December 2nd of '85. But then they never lose again en route to winning Super Bowl 20.
And when you look back on it, partner, didn't it almost feel like a setup game? Because they were playing the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were protecting their franchise's undefeated season of 1972, that team. And you know what that team does. They love to celebrate the fact that they still are the only one to get through an entire NFL season that way. That was Dan Marino's third year playing under the great Don Shula, and they were motivated to keep that franchise's record intact.
Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. That one good for 37 yards.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try and run for it on first. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They begin on the ground with Gurindo.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
You look at this Arizona defense.
This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
And the ball is knocked out.
And a hard tackle there as he'll go down after a gain of about 5.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Out of the gun, Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a third down gain of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. In last week's game for Kittle, there are the numbers. 5 catches, 54 yards.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And he's going to use his legs here.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
9-yard line, 2nd and 6. They'll try the middle with Gurindo.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Throwing here, Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now an option play, and he'll keep it.
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy
keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Niners are back within a score.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
2nd down and 4.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
Tackle made by Grover Stewart. Now remember, these two teams met in Glendale earlier in the season with the Cards coming out on top. So
coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Marvin Harrison Jr. with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Cardinals go up by 2 touchdowns. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
You look at this Arizona defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And they'll go on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. On the give, it's Guerrero. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. There's Purdy on 1st and 10. Connects with Kittle underneath. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. A 2nd down throw for Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Purdy looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 more there and another first down. Purdy sets up to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
That'll go for a gain of 7. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Purdy from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick here is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 4 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A huge play there for Arizona. 49 yards.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. His 10th rushing touchdown now on the year, number 12 overall. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And that touchdown's going to put him in double digits now for the year. It's his 10th rushing touchdown of the campaign. Point after try forthcoming. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. On second down, a run with Guerrero. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. Then they will set up shop, red zone territory at the 13-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals! Trey McBride, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to add on to their first-half lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bullying his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Here's Purdy.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Purdy.
And that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. 1 back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Here's the backup, Jacoby Brissett. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit. And wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
Let's go, G, tighten up. Let's go, G, tighten up.
Purdy now to throw.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Here's Garendo on first down.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up second and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up second and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On second down, here's the option.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Third and 2.
Line 36. Line 36. I'm going back to you. I'm going back to you.
Back to throw. Purdy. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Second down and 6 now.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. He'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And he comes back with one complete. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cardinals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he's going to lose yardage, not that it matters, as the final seconds tick away. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run.
Final play of the half. Purdy. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Patrick Mahomes, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. We'll stay in the AFC West as we head west to Las Vegas to check in on the Silver and Black. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. The Jets try and hold on and claim victory. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. Matthew Stafford, terrific in the victory as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year.
Coach. Thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set. To start this third quarter. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Now 2nd and 5.
On the bootleg, it's Brissett.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
This offense, number 1 in the NFL in picking up first downs, and their run game got him another one there.
A really good stat to lead the league in, isn't it? Because if you keep picking up first downs, sustaining drives, that means you're controlling the football, controlling the clock,
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
And while the guys with the ball are having a whole lot of fun keeping it on the ground, the guys on the opposite side, they are having 0 fun. They've been getting pushed around the entire game and haven't found an answer yet to slow down the running game.
On 3rd down, Brissett.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Now we'll run with Dallas.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
2nd down, Brissett.
Able to get this one to McBride.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cards take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Handoff here, Guerrero.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Looking to throw. Purdy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken in at the 22.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
Brissett.
He's got his man on the crossing route. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run with Dallas.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. And the Cardinals have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the fourth quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Another try for Guerrero.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. He'll grab 3 yards on the play, taking it himself for the first down.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. On the ground, here's Guerrero.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big. And now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like the empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 117 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Throwing. Brissett. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
From the 41, here's 2nd and a couple.
Stop your body. Right there. 54. Hey, kill. Let's set a time, fellas. Let's set a time.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Two yards to go, 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Brissett. That's caught by Harrison, right side. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Play action now. Brissett. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cardinals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the fourth. Quarter. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Now the try here for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss. Purdy to throw it on first down.
And this one is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Purdy now on second down. Throws quickly, and he's got George Kittle.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. look to throw again.
Looking for London on the out route complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a yard.
Back to throw again. Called in left side here by Jennings. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
And he'll decide to keep this once more.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, we got
Throwing here is May.
And oh, he coughed it up. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Here's Dallas.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll run here with Dallas. And this is going to be a Cardinals first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
A good solid game there on first down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Thompson Robinson will look to throw.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they
they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, fourth quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back, but 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
7 yards there and a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1 yard line.
First and goal from the 1 yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. With his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Cardinals are on their way to a sensational 13-0 start as they extend their lead here. Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1 yard touchdown run. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home... atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is brought in at the 21. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Ready? 154. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
On the bootleg, here's Thompson Robinson.
Hit as he throws, and the ball is out. It's a live football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Give him 6 on the run. It'll be 3rd down now with still a long way to go to get to the 1st down marker.
The DTR going to throw it here.
Looking left side, and it's complete.
Down the left sideline.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
A try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. On 1st down, it's Purdy.
The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Throwing on second down, it's Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Purdy now on third and goal. And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Here comes the 49ers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
Purdy looking to throw on first down here.
Completes it to Jennings. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Now it's Garindo.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. Got London on a slant.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Purdy.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
This game, it was well in hand early, never really in doubt. Charles, you and I do so many games together. There's so much parity in the NFL, a lot of close battles. This was not one. Tip your cap to them for a really impressive effort.
Yeah, and you know, as the game went on, I think the defense kind of got together and said, you see our guys on offense, they're just putting up point after point. We need to leave our mark somehow, too, and they did it, pitching a second-half shutout.
So for Arizona, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.